Begin the practice laying face down, elbows wide, gently releasing into the floor. If it's uncomfortable to be on the belly, just lay on the side or on the back in Shavasana. Relaxation. Every breath in and every breath out, the body just sinks deeper and deeper. With the eyes closed, the brain, the mind begins to settle. Let all effort go. If you're on your back, just place a bolster under the knees. Breathing deep into the abdomen, into the belly. Wherever you are, we're going to come into Sphinx position, elbows under the shoulders, belly just once again pushing deep as you breathe in into the floor, just allowing that natural curve of the back to be there. To elevate the body higher, grab some blocks, place the elbows, forearms on the block. You may even choose to go that little bit higher, so grabbing a bolster, placing that under the elbows, resting the forearms on the bolster, increasing that curve, or even lowering the elbows in front of the bolster, the whole chest resting, letting go, and the head can release into the chest, or be stationary looking forward. For the deepest curve in the back, going into full seal pose, elbows lifted, locked, hands pushing down into the floor, into the mat. Again, choosing where you'd like the head to be, looking up, chin into chest, using the props, the bolsters, as you see fit. At any point the body may slip out of the pose, and that's fine. So allow the body to naturally move deeper or naturally move further out of the pose. I'm going to come slowly out of the pose. So when you're ready, just release the bolster, laying flat onto the belly once again, and a shift straight into the next posture. Similar to thread the needle, where we bring the right arm under the body. That left knee just gently lifts up to that right arm. The other arm that's free, we're just going to roll onto our back or open up into a twist. So we're facing the ceiling. That left arm is swinging over, be floating in space. Just allowing the body just to slowly breathe, get used to the position, make any adjustments that you may need. The left arm may come up or lower. You may have a bolster placed on the left leg, the left foot. It just enables a nice holding down. Keeps that left leg pinned. And we're slowly rolling out. So just coming back, bring that left arm back by the body, laying flat as you push the left hand down to release the right arm. Slide the left leg back, laying flat and turning the head the other way. And we'll swap sides. So bring the right leg up, lift the body, push the right hand down so the left arm can slide across to the right.
and then rolling onto your back, so you're taking the body into a full twist. That right arm comes up and over, either floating in space. For some of you, it already touched the floor. If you'd like to bring a bolster to support the right knee, the right foot, just as a counterweight to keep the body in that real gentle twist. As always, begin to breathe, begin to observe the body, and allow yourself to be. And as we slowly come out of this pose, we're going to bring that right arm up and over, twisting back so we're facing the floor. That right hand pushes down so the left arm can slide out, the right leg slides out, turning the head to the left, the opposite way. Letting go into the floor for a few breaths, allowing that rebound to have its full effect on the nervous system. As we slowly bring the body back from that rebound, push on the hands to come into the cat position. You're going to come into a lunge, right leg forward, left leg back. Many variations. So watching the screen just so you can see. One is to have the bolster under the back thigh, using the blocks to support the hands. Another is to hug the bolster. It's a way of helping with the balance too. Have the bolster running long ways, lengthways of the mat, so that left thigh just touches. The hands either on the floor or resting in the bolster. Whatever you choose, come into a position that feels right for you. The right foot is farther forward than the knee, and aiming to allow that knee to do what it needs over the next 2 minutes, few minutes. That knee may drop out to the side, so you may want to even adjust that block of the right hand. You may even want to lower both blocks onto the middle side, the middle edge, as the progression of holding that posture for time will allow the body to start to open and the hips sink closer to the floor. This is a very intense pose, so make haste slowly when you're ready to rebound and come out from it. Move your hands, micro movements, make sure that you feel safe. The nervous system needs time to respond and rebound back from that long held stretch. So release gently on the belly or back, whatever feels appropriate. Just let go. Just let the body release into the floor. Observe the experience. So just taking a deep breath in, just ready to come out, pushing back up, and doing the same on the other side. And be aware that the body is asymmetrical. This side may need different propping. It may need even a rug under the back knee if the knee's sensitive. You may choose to be higher using the bolster, using the blocks in different formation. Find what works for you. Every day is different. When you're ready, find that edge of the stretch. Find that edge where the body is on that verge of feeling the stretch, but not too intensely. Start to breathe. Start to be in the body, in the experience. Just taking a deep breath in as you prepare the body to rebound from this long held stretch. making haste slowly, hands to the floor. You can step that left leg slowly back. Allow yourself once again to return to the floor. Find a shape, position where you can just let go. As you begin to slowly come out, come back to hands and knees, and preparing for the swan or pigeon. I like to use a bolster at times, sitting, start with the right leg, the right glute, the right leg, all the way along to the knee is on the bolster, and that lower leg is out to the left. Ideally right angles, but for most we may need to have that heel closer to the groin. I'm just demonstrating sitting on the floor there as well, so there's that option of going straight to the floor. So many variations of swan, using blocks, using a bolster for the elbows to lean forward, and sleeping swan, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, just to adjust to feel into that stretch that's going to happen deep into the external rotators in that right hip. When you've found a space, provided there is never any strain in that front knee, you don't want any pain or strain in that right knee. It's all back in that right hip, that right hamstring, maybe even the right groin is possible too. One of my favourite rebound releases is from this swan or pigeon position. Just roll over to your right, just rolling all the way over. Allow that right leg to release onto your back. Doesn't matter if you're messy on the floor, just letting go. Just taking that deep breath in as we prepare to work the other side. As always, both sides will be different. The dominant leg is usually the tighter side to stretch. So this time that left leg, the left glute, the left knee at the top of the bolster, or even that figure 7 shape. The shin can be on the bolster or off and towards the floor. I'm just demonstrating here on the floor, pigeon pose. It's where I get my best stretch for those rotator muscles deep in that left glute. Again, blocks if you want to lean forward onto blocks. Find the shape that works for you. Find a position that causes no pain or strain. And then allow yourself to find the edge of a stretch. Play around with the stretch. Play around with the movement. Find something that feels different to yesterday and just let go and be. Just taking a few final breaths before rebounding. And as before, this time just rolling out the other way. The easiest way to get onto the floor. It can be messy, it doesn't have to be aligned with the mat. People start to use the mat as a boundary. The idea is for us to just push those boundaries, break the boundaries. Allow the body to let go as we rebound into the floor. Come back from that rebound, move into Pontoon. You can use the bolster underneath the sacrum, just around the top of the hips, or I like to use a block in the middle edge or even the higher edge setting. And resting it on the sacrum, and just allow the feet to push down so that you can lift the hips and slide it underneath. We can have the bolster under there. Whatever feels appropriate. The bolster is a lot more softer, a lot more kinder. And then when you find what works for you, stretch the legs out, if possible. Have the heels on the back of the floor so the feet can flop to the side. And you just rest there. You just allow that opening up at the front of the body. The hip flexors may be pulled, nice lengthening action there. And as always with Yin, there are no set rules. There is no dogma. Paul and Susie Grilly always say, do what feels right in the moment. So if at any point you want to lower or come out of a pose, change the position, feel free to. Don't hurt yourself. Yoga shouldn't be pain. So when you're ready, coming out of the pontoon, supported pontoon, removing the bolster or block, and rebounding flat onto the back. Let the legs stretch out in front. Engage the breath again. Allow the body to be. Now this time we're going to come up and come into a forward fold. Many variations. Paschimottanasana is the more yang word for the posture itself. It can be a simple forward fold. It can be up on a cushion. You can be using a bolster underneath the chest so that when you lean forward, the body will rest on the bolster. The bolster's on the thighs. As you can see, I've got the blocks in underneath the backs of the thighs, backs of the legs. Whatever feels appropriate. Coming into that forward fold, I'll just be on the floor. I might even use the block against my back as a way of adding that extra bit of gravity so that over time, the next few minutes, my body will melt even closer just with that extra kilo, 2 kilos of bolster. Take a deep breath in. This is our final posture before Shavasana. So when you're ready to come out, you've got the bolster on your back, just release that. Whoever you are, we're going to come and lay gently onto the back and getting the body ready for that final corpse pose. Arms can be beside the body, palms can be face up, feet, toes are just flopping to the side. I like to just gently stretch the back of the neck a little bit more. I tuck the tail slightly to lengthen the spine so that sacrum moves a little bit further away from the head. I'll take a deep breath in, even a cleansing breath out. Just let the breath go. Just let the body go. Let the body be in the space. So allow yourself to drift off, deeper and deeper, and further into that deep relaxation state. Gently just coming back to your body. Just allowing the body to slowly wake up, engaging the breath, wriggling the fingers and toes, lengthening the body along the floor. Roll to one side or both sides, arching the back. And when you're ready, just gently coming back to seated position. Allow yourself to come back to the room and back into your body.